Wago. Sibiyat. Sigrebana. Kharet skibawulsas. Oduliam qodi khanstigewi. Kimkhti hane will sulaks and some sumalyaham. Toya si samogil hagi kinam samasatun. Yuri kinoy toya los ni khan kinam time tun sumulagan slagajur Gitxsanimx. Wago.
Amiyani ilan kimti kadam laskanasit. Dem qarani dem gigino ni dem gigino ni. I'm going to pray. Aktam. Ladox dem geisan. Ohne Gordon. Du datsam lachagi. Saram de pluyal nit oyachslun amasagion. Hamiyanum ginaman lom lochs. Hamiyanum nan salga willem achgion. Igwa ginaman lom negorum. Jiks kanye. Hamiyanum lot. Hamiyanum it wilbum. Kan wagan it wilbum fleguim. Creator. Hamiyanum. Will nit dem gan wilt.
Amen.
Will nit dem gan wilt. I his am siwa. Amen. Dan. Yuk dem an jab flawin fla willi na ni dem introduction to what is am siwa. Lu am godi sagiun ikan amia saben de Martina Flawilli now sa utbe not why simgigat sigamanak and gobawilsas and subsepens and gulilbus why Rosaline am siwa am why sa utni Anspayaxw Wilps iba sa and get livum headhut will sa withut. Got axe geo. Got axe will jogum geo. Or lit get them gun. But there guy kiskas ni kiskas. Noi etna Gawa. Jimlaha will Nagodi Nabibi kan Nikdai and Amagati and Jits Nedin Salga with Nagodi Nabibi Jits Nikda and Samasi Nye Ojiti Harriet Gawa Nitin Samasi Nye Simon Angus No Nabot Noi Etna Nitus Ne so it's why Isam Luam Godi will Al hooks some Achgion Hamiyanum Blossom Goim Yun Goim springtime it gam to it so lax and teach them can yam long he taught us seasons. He tus Anspayaxw, April Anspayaxw. Spring salmon with that hun. The sket with honey jok gyun. The sket. White out al yagai it agi them them introduces wagi kimti lipnit. Them midi introduced it lipnit.
Toyaxinism. Get them last canashed way. What you could live, what you had get with wolves, would be tea wolves, tea bazaar,
Kitloom hetwood.
Kitloom headwood. The body. How do you say parents? Mom.
Noi.
Noi.
Nagorden kan non.
Noi. Margaret Price. Harriet Gawa were Samasi. Nick the day while the gnome was chosen.
You were accidentally muted, so I'll need you to unmute. I apologize. When I was adding Edna into the group. It's the little speaker. You have to click the button. My apologies, everybody. My first day.
Okay. I'm doing that. Okay. What the most Nida, Paul? Does Paul start over or will?
Whatever you decide. I think we only missed just the last few seconds.
Okay,
Okay,
okay.
that's good.
Okay, we're just our beginning. Okay.
Introduction.
Okay. Danny, we're so used to standing all the time. Hard the manap. You always wait.
Amasa.
Hey, I'm body one. Hey, okay, hit them. Them the same. Can you guys see us? Can you see me? Okay. Them the same with sint. Goim and goim. It's April. It's goim. So we talk about the seasons. Season. So I'm going to translate back when I'm talking about it. Our grandmothers always talked about season. So goim is summer, but I'm going to stick with the season now. It's April, and we call it Lasaya. That's when the fish come, and the signs of fish coming. So we talk about goim. We follow it. And what I'm going to do right now, what I'm Zabi, is I'm gonna name the parts of my my body, I'm going to start off on the basics. So I'm going to do it in our language. So if you can see, Mres, no, that's your shoulders. Qasi is your knees. Qasi. And you go down. Sase. Sa'a. Mu. Sak. Kansamak. Just Iwilton Solax and I'm good it. We got it. They love it. Adults too. Guys no or Qasiran Sase. Qasiran Sase. Qasiran Sase. Guys no or Qasiran Sase. Sa mu sak kan samak tust ni tust land of ed reisam kan ni tustum kan willem lu am gori okay I dem tunde mo job okay anon and tunsa I kana hetun chicks lo kan ye mos kak silkwench stalix scan Diana anoni tun anon mos kak silkwench stalix scan Stalix will eat and ring kak tun kak. Go ahead and chicks. How them kak aligina? Yeah, I'm humor now. I'm going into humor. How them kak aligina? Gana kak te. We'll get you see. It can we kana hoem and on them and on. It just had them all hey mos. Kak, sequence, stalix, scan. It is.
Go backwards now.
Quick.
Try to go backwards now. Scanning, Stutley's going. We tried go faster and it was the game.
Mos, kak, sequence, stalix, scan. It is the Musadamai. To me, Hagonie was with the years, Canute and Flochs, okay? Goose is a year. Goose is 1 year. 1 year has gone by. Goose. 1 year. Canute is 1 week. Schlochs is 1 month. And the days of the week follows.
How did
Skokamsa Monday. Sagyun. Skokamsa Monday. Hani Gilbalsa. Hani Gilbalsa. Tuesday. Hani Gilbalsa. Tuesday. Hani gula alsa. Hani gula alsa. Wednesday. Hani kalpsa. Hani kalpsa. Thursday. Hani stinsa. Hani stinsa. Friday. Hani yek. Hani yek. Saturday. Hani squat. Hani squat. Sunday. It was honey squat. Het jeets van ja, niet. Honey squat. Luan ism some wolf, mama me side talk some gana side will side nit side will nism kan rest of our families is honey squat. Squat was family day. Squat means rest and be together. That's that one there. We're gonna do colors. Colors are beautiful. And I'll do the colors in our language. Isleet. Red. Meslatus. Green. Meslatu. Green. Hashmasi. Orange. Slogalop. Brown. Quisquos. Blue. Muk. It goes cheat some gun. Nickdam. Muk my. Purple. Muk my. Oh, the other. Kale. Pink. Yeah, and it's kale. So what these flowers? Kale. Pink flowers. You eat them too. We'll get into medicines and what we can eat, what I used to eat as a child that grows outside. Latakalmos. Nemula what latakalmos, Etna.
Deggy.
Again, okay. Latakalmos.
Yellow.
Yellow. Yellow. Kalmos crab. Kalmos is crab. Mouse. Tooch is black. Mouse is white. You could call snow mouse to mouse. Okay, Kispiox sa kimti kasensa. Yeah, kanas. Yeah, I'm 1%. Makti kan sensa. Ja kuat suottikin. Talking stick. Yuktim de plezier klauwis yuktim la algam kan kimti. We're going to talk. Yuktim algam kan kimti Paul. Yuktim en plezier yuktim kwadam Willem Sagiun kwadam jabm. Will Paul.
Quick.
Hilini Lun will shoot out in Alberta. Slightly plug Illadini will doubt and Sinak will doubt and will I will Gordon Lom will yin lo am Gordon will yin some am Gordon will go switch when in the Pia Akwas Saban calls up Anspayaxw am Jaban we all him Siwalaksen Jiks Kanye Num Dum the Siwalaksen him Siwalaksen Wiktakinam Dum Siwalaksenam Wiktakinam and him our children, our grandchildren we're here. Ilu Amgodi will be switchman.
Lai health coach will Nadao in Alberta. Can the Hodi Heleni is waggy and will not tell that waggy. Susum will get the Pagoda welfare. Nit will susum. Can will some get Hodi when susum can Amgodi will can was awesome. Waganum Ibalgi coordinate nit. Can will can doubt Alberta will I have coach and can nit can switch we or some more Jews will be so lack when Jews go
Wiktakin our grandchildren. Wiktakin
will go switch we.
My brother and I had a discussion just because he had left for a few months just to be with his brother and family and friends over in Alberta. And we discussed that I asked and me and him, I asked how he was doing and that I felt very, very not alone, but I felt the wing of me was gone and on the knowledge that grandmother had taught us. And we're revising it now as we sit here, and it's going to clearly come that we don't forget anything that we're taught, but we work on it to get it back. And he said it's his brother Lamar and the family, and he left there, and he said that it's so important. On our discussion, we were saying it's very important for our children, our grandchildren, and anyone that will be in a connection of us being present to have the guidance of how our grandmothers and our Gitxs and our aunties all taught us. We were all together in the community and we learned together. And that was missing today. It's missing like how we can remember back on the gatherings at grandmother's house, or many names like Mary Johnson, our auntie, Stanley, Alice, Uncle Ilbish, Emma, our blind grandmother, and those are what we're missing. And we're here, and we're doing our best to discuss what our childhoods were and living in Kispiox, Anspayaxw, when we were growing up, and undoing is the garden, undoing, prepping, sedamam, the one los outs kan susit, canoe, guadam me gwent, I wish like to get you could one you skidam sedamam you and chop scale, you could pass and doing
you basically will
you chop kimti Paul sa you chop la kalahan got wilped got trailer will jock to say you chop what seven
how do you say smokers so on you can jump will so on the trailer Gilel can tool set
will post it can wait one was in we're here. My brother, we help each other and we support each other on this language. Apologies, I have to switch back to the English, but I do my best for fluent. But I'm helping along my Gimti. Will toast, health will toast, liquid. That's where you store your stuff. Will toast is for the men. They have will toast. Will need ne bibi. Wilps Gordon, he helped it will toast lot will toast. Yeah, nis guild etna guy needing at like some
what can will this
needing guild etna who's come knock guy sa like video you can that's Colin.
Gui?
Oh no, constitutional win. Coordinating, coordinate Colin. Gordon's not Colin. Yeah.
So other people need to introduce or no?
Yeah. Oh, you kiddaks get them las canas. It's get them introduction. Ne ma ne Colin. Ne.
We have 12 or actually 22, no, now 21 minutes left. And if you want to take time for discussion, to throw ideas around for people to say a few words. And since it's the first one, I think we can open it up once you're both ready.
Okay, I was just going to talk about that too, because we want to know sagay dem and wala kwa hasakti dem suwalats and it I'm just wondering what their interests and what they want to know, and then we will be gladly to find the to do it, and that's what I wanted to know is what the interests are. So I started off on just what I started off basic introduction, and then just a few of the things that I've done, but there's more coming. So the amlo kan kadam las kanasit and the pula ko hasak them sulaksen guatalain losum. Okay, sabak Colin in
Okay, so I'll
dem limk ni jalis dem limk the gilbert limk, so like multi learn, just letting you know ahead of time dem limk ni gilbert limk jalis Colin in
Gilbalim. So if anyone would like to unmute to introduce yourselves and maybe share what you would like to learn or just to contribute in any way you want, I think this would be a good time, and then you can look forward to Gilbalim from Anspayaxw.
limk ni I had ni is
Let's introduce somebody.
I'm here, I know. Okay. Just getting pens.
Anybody?
No. We're not going to force you to speak, but we always have that feeling of including and hearing from what you're wanting and to learn, even if it's from most talks and scan. So yeah, so we'll do our best. Where was that dictionary now?
I would like to learn how to
Preserve. Tell me,
if you could show us hands-on preserving.
I'm willing. Hands-on preserving. Dem sabam las kwai hon so can new hon sal I'm getting them so I mean hands-on preserving.
Denzel Hwai, thank you, Rosaline and Paul, for listening. But I was thinking, like what you're talking about with the seasons, if you could talk about things, springtime, things happening in the springtime, like words like the fireweeds shooting up, or wild, I don't know, anything happening in the springtime or the water rising, that'll be interesting to me. Yeah.
Okay, well, the mathematics acts. Okay, Tommy, you can so I'm writing it.
Spring seasons growing on the ground.
Yeah, I know pok dandy. So what the dandelions? It's a massive sadix it dandelions. Yeah. Nee, je koffie, nee, die schiedem koffie laxi. You am godi dem some algerai sagio ni you am godi.
Ich start coffee.
Coffee.
If anyone wants to write a question or anything they're interested to in the chat, then I could read it out loud too if you don't feel like speaking over Zoom or anything like that. I want to make sure it's accessible and everyone's comfortable sharing what they want to say.
Hey, Colin. Jason Morgan here. I live in PG on the traditional territory of the Lheidli people. I guess for me, it would be interesting is if I could learn a little bit more about our legends and our songs.
Okay.
especially within our house groups. I think that would actually be quite impactful and powerful, as if like different house leaders kind of share some of our origin stories. I think that would be really nice.
Okay. Dami.
Lugulam
eh.
hen. Nitim Willem las Ulais Kim Cree Limch
Ano we muggles?
Khan we muggles for the Wilai Limch.
Legends.
So I just told you that my sister, my cousin here knows some songs and art as well. So we will be doing that as well. So yes.
Hi, Sandra here from Kispiox, and I'm wondering if we can learn how to introduce ourselves and the land acknowledgement.
Introduce. Okay. Dami, yeah. Oh, alo am kodi wanda asam. Ilaguim. Our own family. So introduce, okay. Tama mas Sandra.
Simgigat sigidamana skoftem muhesem. Simgigat sigidamana kan kuba wilksas. That's ladies and gentlemen and little ones. And then you introduce yourself. Start off the way we did with our Indian names and what house we came from. And once you get to know that, and then you'll be pretty good after that.
Yeah. It will doubt I introduced myself earlier and subsequent we use that word Simgigat, Sigidamana, Uba Wilsa, and subsequent with all that friends and that's in there. Wherever you're making that speech, you're not missing it, and subsequent with all that's in there besides the Simgigat, Sigidamana, Uba Wilsa. And Kulil Bishwa, or you could use your own, you could start off with that to introduce yourselves. Because at some point you do, and I've learned that because I kind of Anspayaxw Willie, but I learned to kind of leave the area, and it is very important to know and introduce yourself to who you are and what nation. That's what I've learned. Kamiya, hi, Clara, I'm Kian. I'm Godin Kian, I'm a Sagian. Kamsa. Kamiyan, Jan. I'm glad you joined us today, Clara.
You have a question?
I'm a mas. Ready?
Hi.
Hi, dear.
Hi. Hi. My name is Dawn Moore. I'm from Gitxsanimx. My mom is Corinne. And my dad is Rod. Yeah, you know them, hey?
Okay, go.
I have trouble understanding what you guys are saying. Like, I don't understand a lot of the language. I just know a few words here and there. So listening right now, it's pretty difficult to understand what you're saying. I'll hear a few words and I'll know what you mean or what you're saying, but I don't know sentences or stuff like that. So I would like to learn like basic conversation.
Basic conversations. Okay. Dami.
Yeah, there's a way we could start that off really small. Not a very big drum, but No, some people.
What's that sound?
It was my phone, but I turned it off. You're more important. Skatagui's phone. Okay, you want, I wrote Amish basic conversations. Will I, and then, oh,
Yeah, it's easier to learn with like back and forth, like you're counting or your fingers, you're saying, right? So like maybe we can say it back to you.
Yeah.
okay. You want, okay, I get it. Yeah. Because you want to say it while we are saying it.
Yeah, and I can learn easier that way by doing it and
Yeah,
understanding what I'm saying.
yes,
Oh, yeah,
okay.
okay.
It's better to like to say it, like we pronounce it, then you say the word. I was gonna show you what I've got here. I would like to thank the folks that but my grandmother didn't have a dictionary, Nedi dictionary, but Hamayani los yes, it's out. By mistaking you for my dear friend a while ago, I had to put my glasses on. Hindle and Rigsby Dictionary, Robin Thistle Walker Dictionary, Gitxsanimx. Itun ginamdik loy hamia ni tuns yuktim de pocht, and we're just beginning, and we're doing just introductions today, but we're going to be reading off of this and in the future. So what I'll be repeating the words. That's what I'm really hoping to do, is read off here and say the words. And like you said, create short sentences between Neil and Kimti, Paul, Eda Yoks Northern. Guess what I said? Eda Yoks Northern Keplax.
Wash your hands.
Go wash dishes. I was telling Eda Yoks Northern Paul, Eda named Ox. This is all I used to always hear. Eda Yoks Northern, Eda, how do you say sweep floor now? Ooks, honey one. That's inside stuff. Yolks nose washing. This is Eda Yolks Northern. Eda Ooksen, like sweep the floor. But as we were growing up with our granny, we barely did sweep floors because
I did.
Okay, we knew los okay sakotuksum your ideas hamiyatnum sakotuksum your ideas on hand-on preserving seasons, like naming what's seasons is honey
Water.
See, like what, like Denzel said, hamaya for your ideas here, seasons like spring for growth of anything, like hast is fireweed. I like that, hast, fireweed, the growth, and waums is devil's club. Waums. Hamadadal is cedar. Hamadadal is cedar. We got to be going to go get the cedar season, to go get the cedar for doing whatever you do with your hands. So okay, so the other one was legends, our house songs and songs. So we have a group of, it's not just me and Paul. I'm switching back to Anspayaxw now. I'm borrowing the language, okay? Anspayaxw. Our legends, our house songs and songs. So we do have other speakers that will be, and we're going to be discussing and having these with them on what we should have to do with the rest of the speakers besides me and Paul. And introducing, Sandra basic introducing yourselves. Yeah, we will keep doing this stuff. We're going to be doing it again on Monday. We're going to keep doing the stuff that we're doing, like introducing ourselves. We're not just going to do it just and then go on to the next one, because that's how I learned, was in the feast hall. Not bragging about it, but that's where we learned as children, to go sit there. Oh yeah, no, we have to sit down. We go in there and we are learning, and the language is getting very scarce, and whatever stuff that we know, we have to start sharing it and learning and receiving it from our ancestors, from Gitxsanimx. Even though we're not sitting here trying to say we know everything, we are learning too, with your guidance, and we'll come together. 1 year and how many weeks now? It's been the sickness that is going around is not good, but we still sit in and practice our language. This is not the first time. Nedi Skogum Wilton, Nakut, long time ago, happened. There was TB, scurvy. There was sickness long ago. Gitxsanimx ancestors used medicine, wounds, malguas, health hoogdit, health haldax, ni willitlach yip medicine on the land. It's still there. Niet hoogdit, axdit waums, hoogdit malguas, look and dit some top, miltit malguas, la maltestis kan ye elom. Gigum ax, we're gonna buy water. Dem algech nin tlach TV, diat nit, granny. Letus, you're gonna talk on TV. Now I know what she means. Dem giguns ax, you're gonna buy water. And we see everything has already been set by Gitxsanimx, not by me and Paul or anyone. Gitxsanimx is who we follow, and we are doing our best to do this, because we don't want to lose our language. We want this to come back to us, because we've been in the lost world for so many years. Even though we've been locked in our houses, we're going to come back stronger. That's the raven. Okay.
Why dem limk gimchte Hawaii wo lachnis.
Gilbelim dem skokti juksit we and Yosa Olympus Mary and Gililbishwirok, Mary Johnson, Nikda is Auntie Jeets. Okay, just the first part. We Sabah. Hamaya, you can see Udem Sagalimkri Etna. I was trying to, my daughter is on. I was going to ask her to sing this, and I know a lot of you know how to sing this that are much younger than me. I learned when I started picking the drum up. Gudi Lanus will 38 years old. Gud Lanus, Sadamam Limgi. Tun Limki rediscovery camp. Was Lalsti Joknum Spikan. We lived in the camp with the youth with Kispiox school, had a camp, and I was with the group for over 20 years, rediscovery camp, and I learned a lot from all the youth. I learned a lot from my big family, thousands of friends, and I learned lots from them. And this song, I think of my friend Lorna Brown, Jimmy Angus, Wielas, and Eric McPherson, Mary Fontaine from Saskatchewan, Luce, Roy Wilson, and myself. I toned it, and the rest that were there. Prayer song, closing song, Scott Issa. I'm gonna do it, but you know, we could create some songs. We're gonna create some songs with what has happened with our whole world, and there are gonna be some songs that are gonna come out. New things have to come. New songs, new things, everything new. We've been in our homes too long. We got to be outside. I've been outside chasing around after new on dues, chasing them. Okay, Limkne. That one, Kimkte. That one. Amalacha, 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 eh, 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 eh. Luam Gakoda. Will Boxon, eh, 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 oh, Mina, Kaletum Vasilgwen. Eh, 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 kan ansip sipen. Eh, eh, oh, Jeez, kanye, kala lemom, neriam sip dun, dadam sip, jeez, kanye, on guadam ludatim lakaki, kala lemom, guadam tum lakaki. Jeez, kanye, amagyad, kin, amagyad, honey chokten. Take care of the world. Take care of your children, our creator. Take it away. Amiya, num num nagodam. Amiya. Oh, I asked for more besides the song, the prayer, and it added on to another part. I asked for Gitxsanimx. I asked on that new part of that song, and it just came to my heart. I did not make it happen that way. I don't want to ever forget my cheats or my ancestors. That's just exactly why I'm standing here right now. Without my mother or my father was my grandmother. There's no missing. It took a community to raise the child. Amagiat is kaltsap hidit kan waganit. Amagiat is samogit wiltit. It amagiat is na hit. Grandmother looks after her children and guides them. Nakula al yakai. Tiginak ne. Onagoram atam lakagi. Sam de priyal oyaxlun. Amasagiun. Oyaxinisimul baksam. Dumkhanihem. I just like to thank you for joining to hear us. Amiyat num nagoram. Seats kan ye. Good naman lom. Madzakale. And apply gwi kwadam one. Ants. Saat ik ants. They're gonna grow. Vlogs. Dagat. Tened dat vlogs. Me nem die litum. If there is no sun, we won't be existent. Amia. Will niptem gan will. Saba. Amayuk sani lasam kusamagat nisam. Take care. Be safe. Kusamagat. Jam la wisam. Midi dem la willem. Will sit amam. Amayat num nun column. And waganit. Saba.
Hamia, Bioi Nism, Glube, Gitxsanimx Ganasa.
Negat agitungi. Moja la tlan sun umkwe. I hate it. This one. Umkwe. Chulalde. Dediam. Kek cheats by kan. Eh, da cheats by kan you sip. Nem di sip by kan. Cheats went to the land and they never got sick. They left.
I'll say a few things to wrap it up, and I think we have a lot of notes, and on my end, I'll do my best to make sure things run smoothly with, I guess, Zoom and all that, and we'll for sure try to figure out ways to have more of the back and forth dialogue that, you know, can be kind of tricky with Zoom because there's lag and because, you know, you could have 10 people jumping in at once, and
Yeah.
we're still figuring out how many people will be involved. But I think it's really important to say it out loud and also to start to, I guess, use those parts that aren't typical in English. And I think we're truly fortunate to be able to listen to some, you know, conversation, to hear the language, just like, you know, how both of you listen to your tzitz and your yeah speak, and we're able to learn it just by taking it in. And then for myself as one of the learners and also as someone who's helping to put it together, I'm gonna continuously practice what I hear, and that's just feels so nice to hear Gitxsanimx. I can't tell you how good it feels in the ear, just like a Q-tip. It's and just quickly, because I'm sure it's 5:10 now. I shared a link in the chat. I'll be sharing it on Facebook as well. That's Gitxsanimx.com, which has PDF versions of the same dictionaries that Rosaline has. So that's the Lonnie Hindle, Lonnie Hindle and Bruce Rigsby dictionary that was made in Anspayaxw. So that has a bit more of the Anspayaxw dialect. Then there's also the Robin Thistle Walker dictionary, which was made in Gitxsanimx. So there's some words that you might find more in that area. And also on that website, you can find all of the Gitxsanimx for kids resources. You can find, that exact.
Yeah,
Yeah.
this was from, this was in a book that I was gifted from our auntie. Her Gitxsan name was Yash, Edith Gawa. My auntie Annie carries the name now. So I found this in the book of one of the, I believe it's from book 1 to 7. The late Russell Stevens and Edith, and I believe Granny Mary, but this is a really good one. It's, I do have copies. It's in the book. Why? It's the Gitxsan alphabet. So that's what the children love at school. Just showing you. Thank you. Thanks for, sorry for interrupting.
No, that's super important.
Okay.
So if you are all free to go print those out, there's a lot of amazing stuff on that website. And
Okay.
then I think on our end, I'm getting a phone call, but I'll just.
Which one happened to
I'll
me
just
earlier when I said Waterloo?
ringer muted, my bad. But
Yatsa,
yeah.
ringing.
So we're going to be working on more resources on our side as well, starting to produce original stuff. And as the lessons keep going, and like today was amazing, we found out what people are interested in. We could start to produce our own written materials, so people can look at the words, think about the lesson, rewatch it, and have it all there on hand. And so we're going to be doing that. And eventually, I guess you're going to see over the course of the week, tomorrow we have Flora Wilson that'll be on at 4, from 4 to 5, the exact same time.
Okay.
Then after the next day, we'll have Wee Muggles, Art Wilson, and then we have a few other language speakers that we're still coordinating with.
Okay.
And so we should have a really diverse, action-packed week of Gitxsanimx every single day. And we're going to be continuously working and improving and getting everything running smooth, and definitely rely on all of your help as the community, as you know, because it's a two-way street. You know, there's the language speakers and then the language learners, and you know, we're all going to have to come together to make our nation super strong.
Mm.
Just really grateful to everyone here, and that's about it for my updates.
What time do we explore? What time?
4 to 5. So
4 to 5.
Talp to
Okay. Okay.
Yeah, I see Wanda Good's doing the same thing in their village as well.
Ooh.
But she's walking around with her own camera, and she's doing it by herself and just with her daughter. And they're doing the same thing, but it's not a Zoom or anything like us. She's just walking around with her own phone and speaking language while she's talking. So every water or bridge or something she was saying along the way she was walking, and that's exactly what she was doing too. So it's teaching their community as well.
Mm.
I find visual learning is the easiest.
Visual learning?
Yeah,
Visual.
that's another thing too. There's a visual learning.
Yeah. Tammy's done. Yeah. Yeah. Look alarm. So your dad is Wednesday, Ani
Nicolao.
Gulal sa. Okay. This kuma. Ligi amo hour.
hour.
In time.
Yeah. Don, Nakwendingan, I haven't seen you for so long. My eyes are just got a little bit gray. Just I see Nikki Tundiungan. Nakwendingan and Wilton.
I'm gonna cut off the recording here, and if people just want to hang out and maybe talk and take this time, I'll leave.
We're all good. I'm Miss Air. Eat them and yolks. No. What this is Monday the Motima Willem. Skogum sa. Skogum sa.
Skogum sa.
Yeah, ma.
Gamnis and Smogut.
Gamnism.
Capitalism.
Gamnism.
Gamnism.
Doisinism. Good to see the rest of the family too.
Yalis next time. Yalis no. Help Yalis and Archer. I got a lot of Yalis, so anybody need any last year? Gamnism, Amayuksa.
I guess I missed you there.
Outside. Outside. Yim Gelk.
Yeah, we just.
Did I miss the
Granny
language?
says, Eddie, yes, Gelk, go outside. They always used to say to us. Hey, quick.
We're just wrapping up, but I'm gonna upload the video to YouTube after I make the channel, so you'll be able to catch it all, Marilyn.
Hey. Begin up me, awesome. Oh, I've seen this.
Sabbath.